And we're back with more Dread Delusion. So, the plan for this episode basically is to warp back to the capital, or rather warp back to the Erudite Academy. We'll then drop out of the, basically warp down to the base of Erudite Academy, and we'll then run from there, basically. To the fortress. So it was down this ways. How bad would it be if I just fell down all the way there? Yeah. Out that sky door. Again, it's that using the low res, well, it just maximizes your render distance. You know, we can look down here and go, we've been everywhere. Yeah, right? And we're sort of seeing everywhere we've sort of been thus far. Sorry, that's sounded down. It's like, speaking of, we've been there, but yeah, we definitely have been there. So question then becomes, how do we actually get back up there? Maybe something has changed. For a second there, I thought that something had changed. Was quite literally because I had jumped on that rock. And then thrown a wobbly because it decided to do a loading screen. Slowly gonna make the mushroom village. We did. Where else gonna do this? Oh, as the game is. I forgot there was a fucking lift. Never mind. We're now back in Pool Village. That's what this place is called. It does feel like long since we've been here. Because it has been a long time since we've been here. Oh well, on our way there, I'm just gonna grab some water quickly. So, you know, I have been playing this. The course of this let's play has been over the course of about a month so far, or thereabouts. And so it does feel like a long time since the Saturday that we started this. I think something because it is being that long, I'm actually kind of appreciating the victory lap we're being forced to do through. genuinely forgotten her name. Haven't you been busy? Of all the former dark stars have returned. She cackles and coughs. Just like old times. Together we've conceived a plan. According to Orlieth, Vela has fled to the Underlands, and what's more, she knows where. You will take these dark star criminals as your companions. You will pursue Vela. You will not fail. What's down there exactly? Centuries ago, the Embrians built an empire of metal and magic. In defiance of the gods, it stretched across the world's surface, and humanity prospered. But 400 years ago, the whirlwind blasted the empire to dust. Only the Sky Realms survived. All that's left down there are cursed ruins, haunted by ghosts and patrolled by mechanical horrors. The very air is poisoned with a thick miasma. Traversing that place will be difficult, and I had the utmost faith that you will die nobly, or cause you may even succeed. Okay, how do we do it? Paxton Frost has finished repairing the blinding light. We can launch a small cutter airship on an expedition to the Underlands. But first, I will let you do the honors of activating the blinding light. Go to the main control panel and set the alert for battle stations. Goodbye. Is that this? Confessor, what can I do for you? How are you settling in? Ah, the blinding light. I remember when we captured this place from its Union caretakers. Back when you thought we could get away with anything. We kind of seen that coming. I totally will have prepared base operations. Right. What does it want us to do? So, on the Velic Luge, you've activated the blinding light, which turns out is actually a fully functioning airship. Return the high compressor to play your next move. We can do that. Ah, do you feel that? The blinding light takes the skies once again. You never said this is an airship. Have you not seen the grand paintings? Or its many reproductions? The blinding light impales a horror? Or heard the numerous songs and stories, embellished as they may be? I cannot be blamed for your ignorance. We just fly the whole ship to Vela? The flying fortress is too large to make the descent. The storms that permanently rage above the Underlands would tear it to shreds. But we can launch a small cutter vessel with a reinforced hull that may survive the journey. The Tribunal can monitor your progress from the safety of the skies. So what next? You and the former Dark Stars will assemble into a counter-worship strike force and pursue Vela. Your mission is as follows. You will make your way to the hangar of the Blinding Light, where there is a small cutter airship ready to descend to the Underlands. Jack Bassett will pilot the craft, while the Duchess's magic will shield it from the unrelenting chaos of the understorms. Caxton Frost will disarm whatever ancient security systems you find on the surface. Once you land, Orlaith will guide the way. the cradle. Exactly what the cradle is, we don't know, but Valor thinks it can rewrite the very fabric of reality. Needless to say, she must be stopped. She pauses. A ghastly rattle issues from within her workings. Is it a sigh? She sounds almost moved. Listen, Confessor. If it were up to me, we'd have a whole naval fleet hurtling down there, but the Union Navy doesn't want to hear it. They think this coffin they've stuffed me in has clouded my reason. I have the authority to send only the most expendable of my tribunal. But, low designed to admit it, you're proving yourself just as capable as any operative under my command. So it falls solely on your team to stop Valor at any cost. Remember, that she meddles with forces beyond our comprehension, and threatens the stability of not just the Apposate Union, but the whole of the Sky Realms. Your vision is clear. Is your mission clear, Confessor 17? All clear. I'm ready. Good. Make your way to the hangar to depart. How much blood can one person have? I don't think I'd noticed that before. I mainly just recall the, the head popping out. But, whatever. What we are going to do now, though, is we're going to save this here, and we're going to sleep. I think we're also... do these Embryon all here or not? Do we want to go for an Embryon sword? How much, actually? How much, Embryon bow? Not the Embryon bow. Could genuinely... how much iron ore do we actually have? Hang on. This additional armor could actually be quite appreciated. Sorry, not additional. There's an additional DPS that could be really appreciated with spongy enemies. 3. Okay, we'll do. And is there anything more here? No. Cool. What we'll do is we will take this on. Okay, let's go. Look at the wish. Cool. So I need to go to the hangout. It was relatively sure I know what it is. Do I? The blinding light. I thought I'd never see this place again. Makes my skin crawl. The Inquisition agents scurrying around. Keep thinking they're gonna grab me and throw me in a cell. But if siding with this lot is the only way to get back is to get to Valor, I suppose I'll have to get used to it. She is still the scariest thing in this entire game. Curious to where... Actually, that's a good question. Where are we? We're exactly where we started. Okay. Oh my god, he's got a walker. Drat, blast, sugar, sprinkin', bloomin', flippin', fudge. Still having trouble cursing. Alas, I feel the muse of filth has forsaken me for good. But enough of that. Are you bothering me for a purpose, or do you truly value your time as cheaply as suspended on blooming chit-chat? So you're settling in. Oh, like a louse to an armpit. Who the fluff do you imagine restored this fortress in the first place? Given my abrupt departure from the dark side, I suppose it's nice to be finishing the job. One of these dashed Union cretins would stop trying to assist me. As it happens, my father helped build these monsters back in the God War. The wooden parts are Londolese, but the guns, plumbing, and nearly everything metal was made in Cardova. He used to put me to sleep by reciting components and assembly procedures. That explains a lot. Touché. This fortress was made in the Clockwork Kingdom? Correct, although back then it was called the Cardovan Republic. Somewhere in the guts of this thing there'll be a nameplate. Laid down on such and such a year, progress, Cardova. No gods, no masters. Funny how that one turned out. Glad to see you're feeling at home. I wouldn't go that far, but will that be all? This Clockwork exoskeleton is new. It helps you walk. My, how observant you are. In fact, ambulatory support is merely one of its functions. The first incarnation was rather less powerful, but to be fair, it was rather smaller. I expect you'll want the story, after all. It's so very inspirational. Please go on. I'll spare you the exhaustive history of my diverse ailments. Suffice it to say that I was a sickly child. The only thing my physician agreed on was that I must submit completely to their humiliating remedies, no matter how painful or ineffective. I disagreed, and in due course it was proved that with a little technological cunning I could treat myself better than they could. Machines, you see, actually listen to what one tells them. How people loved to hear that tale once I grew up. The mechanists loved it especially. Come to the Clockwork Kingdom, where even a lowborn invalid can travel the skies and be garlanded as a champion of the realm. True, I was dogged and ingenious, but to what purpose? Yes, I improved my capabilities, but for what benefit? For whose benefit? Certainly I accomplished great things, but for whom? Myself? What a cozy thought. Sometimes I almost wish I hadn't bothered. At least then I wouldn't have been so useful. That's all. Good luck. Actually, one moment if you please. I wish to, that is, it behooves me, dash it all. Let's not prevaricate about the truth. You were quite correct to scold me back in the kingdom. The word for what I was doing is wallowing, especially in childish rage and self-pity. Pauses, apparently unsure what to say next. You mentioned me all of our bad days. Yes, quite. Very good. Well, what are you waiting for? A medal? Bog off before you break something expensive. Whee! I think we're down here already. Okay, cool. And we have crashed. I feel it would have been cool to have a animation for, but okay. This bit no longer on the map. You wake at the pounding head. You gasp for breath. Your lungs fill with acrid air. Everything hurts. Bassett eyes you without sympathy. You look like squid shit, Confessor. You must feel like you've been chewed up by a typhus. Let me fill you in. He gestures around you. The cutter crashed. That's why I feel awful. Well, not just that. You see, we'd stashed a bunch of protective suits in the cutter. Thick leather garments sealed with stitches and cipher to ward off the miasma that clings to the air down here. But they got burned up in the crash. The only thing we could save was this one. For that dizziness, that head pain, that stinging in your lungs, I'm afraid that's miasma, the curse. I'm sorry. I'm going to die. Depends on the exposure time. If we get this done quick, you might have a chance. Anyway, you might be able to do ourselves some sort of protection down there, if you're lucky. There's been plenty of foolhardy expeditions into the Underlands, and the archaeologists, well, let's just say they don't often come back. The others will be fine. Frost and the Embryon have respirators built into their suits, and the Duchess, well, she's not been breathing for centuries anyway. Atom crash. The understorms are brutal. When you're inside the clouds, you can't see shit. But there's just flashes of light and deafening thunder. I tried to steer here the best I could, but it was always going to be a gamble. Truth be told, we're only here because of the Duchess. Without her cipher wards, I doubt it would still be in one piece. So what's the plan? We're a bit far from the mark. Or Leith, the Embryon, I mean. Thinks she can see the cradles through the miasma, but it's a ways away. We'll need to cross that wasteland of rusted steel, a tall order. Frost thinks our best bet is to try reaching this coach house down the road. If we're lucky, we could salvage the Embryon auto coach. No idea what that is, but Frost thinks it can get us through the wasteland unscathed. It's a long shot, but well, none of us have any better ideas. So, as leader of the little jaunt, we figure you'll be wanting to scout ahead, eh, Confessor? Don't worry, we'll be right behind you. He winks. But I'm the one who's cursed. Well, maybe you'll fit right in with all the nasties down there, eh? You can just sit right by, right? Alright, I'll keep going. Good stuff. With that attitude, we'll be back by supper. Remember, just scout a route past the machines down there, and we'll all meet up at the small canyon ahead. Ross is peering through a spyglass at the edifice of metal and shattered glass upon the nearby clifftop. Magnificent! The structure is very nearly intact. Imagine what it was like in its prime. He lowers the spyglass and examines you, looking remarkably unruffled by the crash. You've survived then. Well done. New-headed and you. My old objective, Guard 6. Our situation is dire. And yet I can't help but feel a sense of anticipation. Uncovering the secrets of this place has been my life's work, and now we are pursuing the greatest secret of all. How ironic it is that should be due to my own mistakes rather than those of some comfy, long-dead civilization. Keep your head in the game, Horace, or Caxton, whatever. I'm cursed. Can you rig up some sort of protective device? Alas, our bumpy landing was left me without the requisite material to improvise a infiltration mask, but we're not far from where the Monroe expedition went back in 35. Some of their equipment might still be intact. Your sole chance of survival is to limit your exposure. Every minute, every heartbeat that you spend here without a mask will bring you closer to a fate worse than death. Should you fail, I can at least offer you some remedy. I get the same remedy I gave my old colleague Magda. Digs in a pocket and opens his palm to reveal a little ball of some waxy substance. Venom of the purple spotted typhus. Extremely deadly and quite painless. She made me a promise, you see. I just take you up on it. Then you better hurry. Tick-tock, my dear, tick-tock. You've been in the Underlands before. As Willem Sluglover said to the young maid, it was only the once, back in 33. I was chosen to lead the Clockwork Kingdom's first and only surface expedition. At the time, I considered it a high honor. Only by a miracle of impromptu engineering did we fare any better than the old Stoltis in 26. A mere half of us died, instead of all. Still, chin up, eh? Back then, we did have the Duchess with it. We didn't have the Duchess with us. Bassett said you had some plan. Correct. In ancient days, this entire continent was crisscrossed with an ancient advanced transportation network, allowing the Embryons to travel hundreds of leagues per day in perfect comfort. These auto coaches, as contemporary scholars have dubbed them, were propelled at high velocity along special courses by some unknown means. If you've been inside a modern-day mining operation, you may have seen wagon tracks inspired by their example. Hence, our first priority must be to get... He points at the cliff top. There. Any such conveyance remains operable. If any such conveyance remains operable, I believe I can commandeer it. So I'll get going. So we're actually here. The ominous underlands below the clouds. Even 4 centuries ago, back when I could still breathe fresh air, this place had a mystical quality. From Verdant, we could see the twinkling lights of Ambrian cities, distant and beautiful, far below us. Once I even met one. The Ambrian delegate was sent to meet with my father. They arrived in a craft of pure metal. I had never seen anything like it. But I must admit, to be here after all these years feels underwhelming. I had thought that even in death their cities would hold a certain majesty. Just as my own home still does, but this is a dreary, ugly place, strewn with rust and bone. Let us not linger more than we need to. I'm cursed, can you help? She waves her hand dismissively. Oh, I've already done all I can. While you were unconscious, I sealed your organs with cipher. It should buy you some time. Look, Confessor, I apologize if I seem flippant. It's just, to us endless, the plight of mortals can seem quaint. Sure enough, you will experience agonizing pain as the miasma takes hold. Your body will atrophy as it is consumed by fungi, gradually stiffening until you are rooted in place. There you will stay for centuries or more, dimly conscious of your torment. I know to you it probably seems like a tiresome ordeal, but as someone like myself has already experienced a half millennia of anguish, well, it actually sounds rather interesting. Variety is the spice of life, no? Nonetheless, I do not wish this fate upon you. We should make haste. What's with the tent? Ah, that's my transpositional supply tent. It's woven with an intricate cipher spell that distorts time and space. So it's far bigger on the inside than it appears. Feel free to use it to craft or stock up on supplies. There's also a portal that leads to my dwelling in the Endless Realm. At this stage, I think it would be unwise to retreat. We should press on. Agreed, let's get moving. Do we have any other friends? Oh no, I keep looking at the map. It's not going to help me. Where is... Oh, it's there. We has a tent. And one of them portal things. Cool. I'm going to drop a save here, and we'll get to exploring in the next episode. Thank you for watching.